Hello students, welcome to your biology class. I hope you all are fine and are safe at home. And I hope you all are revising this chapter, Structure and Functions of Living Organisms Plants, through my video lectures and are also doing book read. Fair? So today we are going to discuss the day 7 topic about flowers, about fruits, flowers and seeds. So students, all of you have seen beautiful flowers around your surroundings. Some are very attractive, and the flowers, as you know, this is the important part of a plant. It helps in reproduction. This flower is called as a seed box of the plant. Do you know that? So why it is called as a seed box of a plant? We are going to study in this video. So flower basically later it forms fruits. Inside the fruits are the seeds. So this we are going to study in today's topic. Let's begin with the slide. Let's begin with the learning outcome first. After watching the video, after the completion of the video lecture, so students, you will be able to define the terms seed and seedling. Seed is basically the hard structure inside which an embryo grow, and seedling is when a seed germinates, it gets a suitable conditions, seed start germinating, and after germination it becomes a young plant. So that young plant is called as a seedling. Next, you will be able to state the functions of the seed. Basically, seed it protects the baby plant, which is called as an embryo. It also provides food to that baby plant embryo and also helps in the seed dispersal. So after watching this video, you will be able to explain all the functions of the seed. Next, you will be able to explain the functions of the fruit. Yes, fruit is an ripened ovary. That is a part which develops from the ovary part, and basically it is an edible portion which we can eat, and it stores food also and also protects the seed. So you will be able to explain all the functions of the fruit after watching this video. And in last, you will be able to compare seeds of different fruits, and you will be able to categorize them into single cotyledon having single seed inside that fruit, which is called as a monocot plant, and having the two cotyledon inside it, which is called as a dicotyledon. Two cotyledon are called as a dicots. Let's begin with the next slide. So let's start with the seed germination topic. So basically what a seed requires, what a seed needs to germinate. So conditions required for a seed to germinate is required for a seed to germinate is water, sunlight, air, warm temperature. So these are the conditions required for a seed to germinate, and when a seed get all these suitable conditions, it starts germinating, and finally this embryo baby plant starts developing, and this root portion it comes out first, and then the shoot portion which is above the soil that comes out from that baby plant, and this seed keep on germinating and it forms young plant. This young plant which is called as a seed. So let's discuss on the left side of the diagram, that is the structure of the seed. So basically seed consists of an outer covering which is called as a seed coat, which basically protect the seed from protect this embryo, this baby plant from the outer environmental conditions. Next is this two seed leaves are there, this second portion. These seed leaves are also called as a cotyledon which basically stores the food for this baby plant. And the third is this embryo is there, that is a baby plant. So parts of seed coat, number 1, this is the seed leaf. Number 2, this is the part of the seed which is also called as a cotyledon, so which stores food for this baby plant. This is the embryo. So this is the third part or part of that seed. So let's begin with the definition. A seed is a small hard structure which contains a baby plant, and it also stores food for its growth. And when a seed finds the moist soil, it germinates and it gives rise to a young plant, and that young plant is called as a seedling. So next we are going to discuss the functions of each part of a seed. What role does each part of a seed play? Basically, seed coat, it gives protection to the embryo, to the baby plant from the outside condition. From outside environmental condition, basically it protects the baby plant or the embryo. This seed coat is also called as a testa. Other name of seed coat is testa. So this is the other name of testa. Then comes the seed leaf, which is also called as a cotyledon. So these cotyledons basically they store food and they provide nourishment to this baby plant for its growth, to the baby plant, or you can say embryo, for its better growth, for its better development. So let's discuss the functions of seed one by one. Seed, it protects the baby plant. We have already discussed with the help of the seed coat, with the help of the seed that is test. Then it provides nourishment for the growth and development of the baby plant through the seed leaf, or which is also called as the cotyledon, which helps in giving the nourishment to the baby plant. Next, it helps in the seed dispersal. What is the meaning of seed dispersal? Seed dispersal means transfer of seeds from one place to another. From one place to another, that is called as a seed dispersal. Why this seed dispersal is important for the seed? So as to avoid the competition between the two seeds. If we put together the seeds together in a particular place, there will be competition for the seeds will be there. They will compete for food, for sunlight, for water. So that's why seed dispersal is essential, so that each plant, each species of the plant, they get proper sunlight, water and conditions for their growth and development. So in this way, your second learning outcome, it has been achieved now. You are able to explain or state the functions of the seed. Next, we are going to discuss about the fruit. So before that, we are going to discuss first about the flower. A flower has basically four parts. First part is called as a sepal. Second, which basically these sepals which are green in color and protect the flower during the bud condition. Second part is called as a petal, which is brightly colored and it helps in pollination, in attracting the insects. This third part, which is the male flower, which is part of a flower, which is called as a stamen, which bears anther, and these anthers we are the green. And the fourth part, which is called as a female part, which is called as a pistil. All these we have discussed in our last video lecture, which is the female part in a flower, and it carries the ovary and the ovum. So first, how does this fruit form? So first, basically what happens? How does fruit form and seed form? This we are going to discuss. So as we know the term pollination, pollination means transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma. So this pollination, it helps in bringing the male gamete, the male cells towards the female cells, and with that fusion of male and female gamete that results in the process called fertilization. Means male cell and female cell, they combine, and female cell, they fuse, and after fusion they form the zygote. So you can see here this zygote is formed after which process? After the fertilization. This zygote later on it changes into embryo, it develops into embryo, and this embryo is inside the ovule. So this ovary changes into fruit. It is a fruit, a future fruit, and this ovule inside the ovary that changes into the seed. So ovule bear seed, which is the ovule is a future seed. So in this way, fruit and seeds they are formed. Means after pollination, first step is pollination. The pollen grains they get transferred into the stigma of the female flower. And then fusion of male and female cell is there. That process is called fertilization. So after fertilization, that baby starts developing, and finally seed is formed, and inside that seed is protected to the fruit which is developed from the ovary part. So let's see the definition. So fruit, after pollination, fertilization, ovary grows and changes into fruit. So fruit, what is the definition? Fruit is defined as a mature or ripened ovary. You can see here the life cycle of the tomato plant. Here is the mature plant which bears the flowers. These flowers have all essential parts, sepal, petals, stamen and pistil. Then after pollination and fertilization, this ovary that changes into the fruit. This is the tomato fruit, which is the basically this fruit portion is the ovary. This fruit inside the bears seeds. So these seeds are actually the ovule which changes into seed. These seeds they germinate and form a young plant. That young plant is called as a seed. So next learning outcome has been achieved. Now you are able to define the term or the definition of fruit. So basically what is fruit? Fruit is a mature or ripened ovary. Let's discuss the functions of the fruit. So basically fruit is it is an edible part, and it stores the food material inside it. This is the food material which we eat, which is a fleshy part that we eat. This is the edible part. So inside this fruit seeds are there. So basically it also protects the seeds. So these are the functions. So it protects the seed against injury and from the unfavorable climatic conditions. Also help in dispersal of the seed, and it also store food. As I have already told you, this portion, like I have shown you the picture of apple. Here this is the fleshy part of the apple that we eat, so that it is the food that we eat. So fruit is the edible part of a plant. So now your next learning outcome has been achieved. You are able to explain all the functions of fruit, which helps in giving the protection to the seed, help in dispersal of seed. Some seeds they get burst, fruit they get burst, or finally with the help of the wind, with the help of air, seeds they get dispersed from one place to another. So these, now your next learning outcome has been achieved. Coming to the next slide, we are going to discuss the types of seeds. So types of seeds: single cotyledon, as we have discussed, this portion which is a seed leaf inside the seed, inner to the seed coat, that seed leaf is there, which is also called as a cotyledon. So in some plants, like in the gram, kidney bean, basically two cotyledon, two seed leaves are there which store food for this embryo for the baby plant. So, and in some plants like corn that have a single seed, this single seed leaf is there, so it stores food for this embryo for the baby plant, which is also called as a monocot. And the plant having the fruit which bears the two inside the seed, which are having two cotyledon, two seed leaves, so such plants these are called as the dicots. So let's check out some examples of the monocot. Monocot again. Let's check out some examples of monocot and the dicot plant. Monocot, again I am repeating, seeds with single seed leaf or single cotyledon. Such plants, such seeds, they are called as a monocot. And plants with having two seeds or two cotyledons, these are called as the dicots. So here are the example: two seeds, two cotyledons. Onions, corn, rice, sugarcane, find out at your home. Search such type of seeds with having a single cotyledon, single seed leaf, which are called as a monocot, and find out search some plants which are growing in your kitchen garden, even at home, in your refrigerator. Find the plants with their fruits having and their seeds having the two cotyledons or the two seeds. So such plants are called as a, such seeds are called as a dicot. It is dicots. So this is all about the today's topic. This is the learning outcome which now you are able to explain the definition of the seed, of the seedling. Seedling is a young plant and is the hard structure in which the young that embryos grow. Now you will be able to explain all the functions of the seeds and the fruit, which helps in protection, helps the seed dispersal, and fruit is the ripened ovary and is an edible part that we eat. Now you will be able to differentiate and able to categorize the seeds of some plants which comes under the category of the monocots having single cotyledon seed and having all the dicotyledon and the two cotyledon inside it. This is all about today's topic, today's video lecture. So thank you for watching the video and keep watching all my videos. Stay safe, stay healthy at home and keep revising all the lectures to my video. Thank you so much.